Welcome to the channel. I've been working a bit on Monark moped project recently. I've run into all kind of problems. I will show you some of them. So there's all kind of random parts here and there which I've had to take apart. And more namely, the biggest challenge I've had is bearings. This is a modern bearing which I bought. This is for a steering column, and this is nothing like the original. The same comes with all parts. I was thinking I could buy them from shop. There are restoration shops for mopeds where I could buy stuff, but almost nothing matches. It seems my moped is way earlier than the ones usually people restore from this manufacturer, and it seems it's quite a rare model. The common denominator is that many of the parts have been not really like serially made, but rather handmade or special selection, or just with a manufactured with a lot more detail, and it's causing me a lot of problems. I spend a lot of time running around trying to find parts for it, so that's taken time from my other restoration activities. And it's mainly black and white in color, the moped. The color has changed over time, but yeah, there's a lot of small parts to fix. Like in this case, the welding seam has, if you can see, has failed. So anyway, this is need to be repainted. So I'm just going to now remove all the paint, remove all the corrosion, and then have it painted. Another example of problems is like this plate, for example. The chroming has gone in certain parts completely wrong. I don't know if you can see, but it's pitted. So there's a lot of parts that have survived. The chroming is perfect, and in some parts it's not. Here, as an example, the chroming is pitted, and there was like a few others which was even worse. But I don't know why. I think the previous owners, actually relatives of mine, didn't really change the bearings, and some of them failed. And I don't know if you can see, the bearings started creating grooves in the metal. So I probably need to weld this over, sand it flush, and then have this whole thing re-chromed. Applies to many small parts, so it became a lot bigger project than I thought it would. And I mean, I was thinking I could just buy parts. Here's another example. So this one is a front lamp. Looks nice, it's new, and I bought it. It looks almost the same as the original, but then and it fits in the place, but then I started realizing there are small details, like if you can see, hopefully here, this outline. In the original one, it's perfectly round. Here it's angled. So it's not exactly the same. Same like the glass supposed to be replicate has details. And I really start to wonder, like, okay, this is just my theory, but I think the original ones, they probably done sometime after World War II, and they were using like whatever spare parts they had from the bicycle or the motorbike manufacturing, and they just combined them together. And later they started making mopeds in more serial manufacturing kind, and I think they changed the manufacturing of a lot of these parts more easily to do with machines, or just different machines to work with them. Or the other option is, of course, these new, I don't know, China, whatever made parts. They're just not the same quality. The difference in quality has surprised me a lot. And there are actual changes, like in this part, which is a crucial part of the steering column. It's like the cover of the steering column. This hole here is where it's supposed to cables go, and there will be metal, actually, black covering of the front part, like the lights will be, it will be going around here. But in the new versions, if you buy this blade, otherwise the same, except in some cases this was in inches, the measurements, and they're millimeters, so there's slight variance in the dimensions and the size and all the holes. That applies to almost every part of this moped. And this hole in the one you can buy now is more higher up here, which I can't really use because that will make the cables that go through here visible. Because there's a detent in the cover of the lamp that goes like this here. So there's a huge amount of small things. And there was some screws attached. The same applies to like holes here. I thought many of them were millimeter ones, and I guess one of my ancestors thought so too, because they had jammed, I think, an M5 screw into a similar but inch-sized screw thread, which had gotten stuck there and broken. It took me 2 weeks to get that screw out of the hole in the chassis. So, and also some of the paintwork here, I'm having problems with, because in certain places it's completely white, in certain places it's kind of slightly grayish or cream white, and I found out that where it's like cream white grayish or slightly even green tint, they use different I don't know what's the paint first, put primer or whatever underneath. They use sometimes some gray or sometimes some gray greenish paint. And so when they put the white layer on top, it became either green, white, gray, pure white, very bright white. So many of these parts are actually different whites, and I'm a bit puzzled how I should go about painting this. I mean, I can get the paints today, but the colors today, no problem, but how should I go about it? Yeah, there's so many things that nothing, and I bought a ton of parts, and one after one I realized that they don't fit, or I need to modify them a lot in order to make them fit. Yeah, there's nothing standard in that moped. I think they just took whatever parts they had, put them. I mean, it's a very beautiful moped, way better made than. I mean, there's a lot more small details in the moped that make it way more beautiful, because it's more kind of like made with more detailed screws and everything. So I'm going to respect its value, but yeah, this is what I've been doing now, and I've just been running around places trying to find whatever parts I can that somehow to modify, put in place. Also buying chemicals, tools, and so on. And in this case, I'm going to start removing, because I need to have this welded and fixed. So I'm going to start removing the paint from this one. And I found this kind of nice paint remover. I'm not advertising it, but it doesn't smell as bad as the rest. It's a gel-like, supposed to be more ecological. And surprisingly enough, it works quite well with this. And I just take a brush, and you can see the end results here. Let's try how well it works on these different surfaces. Just do an experiment. Let it sit there for a while and we will see. Okay, some time has gone by, and this paint stripper works very well and doesn't smell at all. And it's possible to rinse it out of water. Oh yeah, works very nice. Yeah, works very well. So I could have used sandblasting, but there are certain spots which I'm a bit unsure if the sandblasting will do well enough. And especially if I use a plastic scraper, I do minimum damage to the metal surfaces. Thank you for watching this short report of what I've been doing. I will soon return to the signal generator, be waiting for some parts for it. Meanwhile, what I'm doing today next is I'm heading off to get try to find replacement bearings. By the way, these are supposed to be replacement, but they're wrong size. Everything is unique in this moped, so yeah, just need to hunt on pieces. It takes surprisingly a lot of time in a restoration project. Not the quick fixes, but in real ones, in finding the parts, especially when you're dealing with really rare or items where there's not so many around. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.